We have our friend Lee Smith with us. Truly one of the great writers and thinkers over there at Tablet and elsewhere. Lee Smith, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing very well, Mark. Thanks so much for inviting me to speak with you tonight.
It's my pleasure. You wrote a piece today in the Tablet. I want you to explain to the American people why you wrote it and what your points are.
Well, I think the most important point to make is that the quasi-MAGA influencers, I don't know how else to describe them. I know that you have many choice words for them, Mark.
Yes, and they deserve every damn one of them. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
100%. No, I agree. The pseudo-MAGA influencers, what I say is it's just Barack Obama in a skin suit. They're pushing for the exact same pro-Iran policies. They're anti-Israel. And I don't know if they understand the details of this policy, but what it is it's an anti-America policy. That's Iran's number one target. We've been, as the greatest nation in the history of the world, we've been the major power in the Persian Gulf, the Arabian Gulf, however you want to call it, since 1945, when FDR met with the founder of the modern Saudi state, Ibn Saud. The arrangement has been for the United States to protect the oil that the Saudis pump. That makes us the deciding power there. What the Iranians want to do is drive us out. They want to weaken and impoverish America. That's a very big deal. The way they see Israel, no doubt, it is the regime that today embodies anti-Semitism. They hate Israel. They hate Jews. The big target, though, is to destroy, to weaken at least the United States, to push us out of the Gulf, to limit our ability to do anything. They can commit terror attacks here. They can close the Straits of Hormuz, as they've been threatening to. They can't do that without the bomb. But that's the real point, and that's what Obama was doing. He wasn't just looking to hurt Israel. He was looking to cripple the United States, and that's what these pseudo-MAGA influencers are doing as well. They're pushing the exact same policy as Barack Obama pushed.
Do you think this will ever catch up with them? I mean, I have to be honest with you. I'm going to keep a light shine on these people till death do us part. And because I think they're dangerous going forward. They're dangerous in the midterm elections. They're dangerous in the next presidential election because their ideology is, as you say, Barack Obama. I mean, you're talking Bernie Sanders and Tlaib. They sound exactly like each other, do they not?
Yeah, absolutely. I think one difference is this. I think the big difference is that these people are, well, I mean, we see them continue to go on social media and on their podcasts. They continue to rip into President Trump and President Trump's policy, in spite of the fact that Donald Trump has been hugely successful in the attacks, and not only in the U.S. attacks, but his support of Israel. Which is, I mean, we saw Donald Trump speaking the other night on Saturday night after the attacks, and he himself was virtually choked up about the partnership, the alliance between the U.S. and Israel, and getting important things done for the peace and prosperity of the United States, and for Israel, and for the security of the world. So, these people, again, they continue to go after President Trump. And they're going to keep doing it. I don't see a way out of it. And it struck me finally, they're happy with it because they're losers. They're happy being on the losing side. And what's most important for them is to have a platform to air their grievance, their self-pity, and their resentment. And we've had plenty of figures like this before in American politics, and many of them shared those views. I think they're happy there. So, no, I don't see any reversal.
And what's strange about this particular group is they actually have the history of the 1930s to look at. You know, the people in the 1930s didn't have a whole lot of history to look at. They had some, but they had the history to look at it. And Charles Lindbergh, as bad as he turned out to be quite honorable. He apologized. He was leading the war bond effort, things of that sort. These people don't strike me as honorable, do they, you?
No, they don't. And I mean, I think it's not just the issues in just Germany. If you look at the countries, if you look at the societies who took the dive, who went into this this obsessive Jew hatred. Well, I mean, all Jew hatred is obsessive. But if you look at them, we're talking about 19th century Russia. We're talking about 20th century Germany. We're talking about the Arab states. We're talking about the Islamic Republic of Iran. None of these societies have any success. All of these societies wind up as major losers. And that's why I keep coming back to this idea that they're losers. And that's where they're most comfortable losing. I think that they probably misunderstood Donald Trump from the beginning. I think they probably grafted their resentments onto him and believed that's who he was. And they couldn't have been more wrong. This is a man who loves America, who loves American strength, and who loves winning. Let's remember what Donald Trump said in 2015. He wasn't talking about, no more wars, no endless wars. He said, I'm tired of losing wars. I'm tired of us losing trade deals. I'm tired of us losing. We're winners. And that's Donald Trump's whole thing. And you saw what happened. We all saw what happened this weekend. Donald Trump wants to win for America, and he wants to win for American allies, and he chooses our alliances carefully. He picks other winners like Benjamin Netanyahu and Ron Dermer. Ambassador, Minister Dermer deserves an awful lot of credit too. Donald Trump picks winners on behalf of the United States.
Mm-hmm. That's a great point. He wants to win for America. And he is a winner, right? I mean, can you imagine if Kamala Harris had been elected? What would it look like there? I mean, what would it look like that? I mean, for sure, Iran would get nuclear weapons. And for sure, this country would be much less safe in the rest of the world as well. But you mentioned, and rightly so, Obama, but on something this crucial, they say, we agree with Trump on everything but this. But isn't but this like at the top of the list? Yeah. That is the security of the nation from from nuclear weapens?
I mean, this to me is the other side of open borders. I mean, it's the same thing. Mm-hmm. If you let a regime if you let an insane third world regime have nuclear weapons, it's the same thing as opening your borders to third world lunatics. And that's what's happening. It's part of the same thing. And Donald Trump says, I love America. I'm going to protect America. And if you're going to protect our borders, then you have to protect our interests. And as Donald Trump understands, protect our interests across the world too. And that's what he's doing. I mean, I don't understand what some of these, what some of these folks think that Donald Trump is going to, that Donald Trump is going to survive the assassination attempt at Butler. He was going to survive that to let Iran break out and build nuclear bombs. I mean, it's absolutely nuts. There's no indication that was ever what Donald Trump was going to do.
All right, my friend. If people want to find you or read this, where do they go?
Right to Tablet. I believe it's on the front page. And Mark, I hope you don't mind. I'm going to take the opportunity. We have a print magazine now at Tablet, which is just a beautiful
I get it. I love
magazine.
It. Yeah,
I'm so glad, and I hope that people will subscribe. It's just a beautiful thing to hold in your hands. And Mark, with all the stuff that's going on, all the nuttiness that's going on online, I mean, Tablet is going back to foundations. It's a print publication. We're still online as well. I don't want people to get disheartened about that, but and that's where I write. I write at Tablet, so I hope people will.
Tablet is a fantastic site, whether online or in. You get the magazine in hand or both, and it is a beautiful magazine. Some of the smartest writers in the country, like Lee Smith, who you just heard, I encourage you to grab it.